Just a quick reminder that Verve is still offering 30 free days of service where you can now watch not just Dragon Ball Super, but Black Clover, simulcast and simuldubs, Food Wars Season 3, Junie Tyson, and so much more. It's like a combination of Crunchyroll with anime, Funimation, and Netflix with movies, and you can link your accounts from Crunchyroll and Funimation to Verve so you can watch everything on one platform. The link to get your free month is down below. Check it out. And by the way, that 30-day of free Verve, it ends this week. So sign up as soon as you can so you can get those 30 days and watch Super and a bunch of other anime and movies and whatnot absolutely free for a month. And I promise you it's definitely worth it if you're able to sign up. So, let's discuss Dragon Ball Super episode 112. Japanese title is Saiyajin no Chikai, Vegeta no Kakuno, which translates to a Saiyan or a Saiyan's vow, Vegeta's resolution. Now, even though the episode title puts focus on Vegeta, really the episode was about Cabba. This whole episode was primarily focused on Cabba, and I thought it was a very well written episode. Again, Toshio wrote it, and he's really good with writing the Vegeta-Cabba relationship, and I feel that at the end of the day, Vegeta did have a role to play, don't get me wrong, but I feel like at the end of the day, I think Cabba is a more likable character after this episode. You know, the fact that they're having this guy be this kind of naive, but yet also very humble, you know, very different from the majority of the other Saiyans, including his own universe. Because Caulifla's kind of like this, you know, loudmouth kind of shitster, for lack of a better term. Cabba is more like, he is really more like Gohan. He's more focused, more grounded, and I think they did a good job in this episode of really showing what a good character he is and what a noble character he is. Now, last week, Hit got eliminated. Jiren threw him out, and some people have been saying he's really not out. Well, he's out. I mean, he's on the sidelines in this episode still. But they showed Jiren there, you know, meditating. And I ask once again, I understand that Jiren only saw Goku and Hit as a threat, but I still wonder, if this dude is so powerful, why don't him, Topo, and Dispo just clean house now and go home? Like, I just don't understand the logic. And they didn't really say that the dude needs to heal or anything like that. So maybe they'll explain it later, but I just find that to be just... I mean, look, dude, if you've been watching Dragon Ball for a long time, you know that one of the biggest mistakes that villains always make is not finishing off Goku. Frieza didn't do it. Boo didn't do it. You know, whenever Goku... You know, even Piccolo thought he did it, and he didn't do it back in Dragon Ball. And same thing with Tao. They think that they beat Goku, but they didn't really check to see if they beat him. And Jiren did defeat Goku, but he did not eliminate him. The only thing I can think of that would make sense to me is that Jiren knows that Goku's going to recover and rematch him, and Jiren's doing the whole, I want to test myself against him again. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So I think they haven't really explicitly hammered that point home, but that's my guess as to where they're going. Now, the Grand Priest takes some time here to remind us of the rules that if there are universes, like if the time runs out and there's still different characters from multiple universes, the universe with the most characters will win. So, you know, characters, fighters, you know what I'm saying. So if the time runs out and you've got fighters from the different universe still in, whoever has the most is declared the winner. And the first part of the episode featured a discussion amongst the gods. And during the discussion, the thing was about Goku being tired, and this would lead to Moscow, the god destruction of Universe 3, ordering the Universe 3 fighters, the robots, to attack Goku. So Goku is still public enemy number one here, and he's starting to get pummeled by these dudes. Now, while this is going on, Gohan and Piccolo have their hands full with the Universe 6 Namekians. Now, we found out earlier from the Toei website, who put up a bio about the Namekians. All we know about them is that they work well together. And even Piccolo comments in the episode that he's surprised that these Namekians are so strong. But I'm always thinking, well, this is Dragon Ball Super. They always have to power scale characters higher than they were before. So, of course, they're going to be a challenge. But because the Namekians are, you know, because they're fighting Piccolo and Gohan, this of course leaves Goku vulnerable. They can't go save him. And I really like that writing because I feel like some of these episodes you don't see that much like thought put into it. Like, why don't this guy help that guy? Why doesn't this dude help this guy? So I like how in this episode they really tried to explain as to why Goku's not getting help from somewhere. But then again, I wonder where's 17 and 18. We presume they're probably busy fighting somebody else, but it's not really a big deal. So Caulifla and Kale are there, and they get attacked by Mona, who is the big green, chubby girl from Universe 4. And she appears and she's about to attack them, but Kaba pops in and saves them in a really, really badass moment. Again, this is where the episode began to shift into it being about Kaba, because really it was a Kaba-centric episode, and I like that. And by the way, if you're wondering, is it Kaba or Kiabe or Kabe? It doesn't matter how you pronounce it. It's the same thing. So, pretty much Kaba's like, look, you guys are still kind of worn down. Go rest, and I will take care of Mona. So Kaba fights Mona, and I love that Kaba's right in there with her. Like, I like that he's actually fighting. He's actually wanting to help out his team. He's not, on the sidelines. He's doing what he can. And Mona's not going down so easily, so she transforms to this giant, like, black ball. Like, the lower part of her body becomes this big, like, bowling ball looking thing. And she literally runs our boy Kaba over, and he thinks he's enough for her, but that doesn't appear to be the case, and the whole thing why he wants to fight her is because, like I said, he wants Kale and Caulifla to rest up because they're going to need them later on. So she rushes him again, and he's literally about to go over the edge. He's freaking out, but he is saved by Vegeta. That's right, Vegeta saves him. Vegeta saved a dude from another universe, and the way he did it was great because he's on his way out, he thinks he's finished, and then Vegeta grabs him by the arm, and I love that. And I love that he just, they're going back to their relationship or friendship that began, that was, the seeds were planted in the Universe 6 arc. Kaba totally sees Vegeta as this, he's like a fanboy. He's a Vegeta fanboy. He sees him as what Kaba wants to become without actually becoming, that, if that makes sense. I don't think he wants to be as, I guess, curt or as blunt as Vegeta, you know what I'm saying, as dickish as Vegeta, but I like that this is sort of like a mirror of the Piccolo-Gohan relationship, where when Piccolo and Gohan in the early Dragon Ball Z stuff, Gohan was, really hero worshipping Piccolo, you know what I'm saying, and I like that they're kind of doing that again here, you know what I mean? I like that he sees Vegeta as his master because Vegeta helped him unlock Super Saiyan, which was a big deal to him. It's almost like it was like, you showed me a new world, you know what I'm saying? And I find this interesting when it comes to Vegeta's character as well, because Vegeta doesn't really care about the Saiyans. Some people have asked for years, why doesn't he wish back Planet Vegeta? He doesn't care. He legitimately has moved past that. He's with his wife, with his kid, with Kakarot. He's past it, but a soft spot, and plus, you can't wish back, well, with the Super Dragon Balls, you probably can, but with the Earth Dragon Balls, you can't wish back groups of people that have been dead for over a year. That's a rule that's been stated. People forget that, but you can't do it. So, he can't do it either way, but I do think that Vegeta has a soft spot still inside of him for his race. I do think he has it. I don't think it's as explicit as some fans want it to be, but I do think that he does have pride still. He's still kind of a prideful dude. And I love how when Vegeta saves Kaba, Mona comes at him and Vegeta just blasts her across the arena, bro. He just shoots her, like, get the hell out of here. That was cool. I was kind of hoping Vegeta would eliminate her because that would make sense, but maybe he thought she was eliminated. So Kaba's all beat down. Vegeta's standing over him with his arms crossed, and Vegeta's like, listen, it's not that I wanted to save you, bro. It's that I can't stand seeing one of my own members of my race looking weak or whatever. And I love the whole, like, tough love. I love this scene. Now, one thing that I found very interesting is what Vegeta tells Kaba as far as the results of the tournament goes. Vegeta tells Kaba if he wins that they will use the Super Dragon Balls to revive Kaba and his friends. A lot of people thought this was going to be the ending, that Goku was going to win, they were going to revive the dead universes. Right here, it pretty much says that is Vegeta's goal. And that is such a big deal for Vegeta. Who would have thought, when you go back and watch the Saiyan, Frieza, and even the Cell Saga Vegeta, that he would be this selfless as to use the Super Dragon Balls to wish back, people who he barely even knows. Like, think about that for a minute. Think about what I just told you. Like, that's such a great character moment for Vegeta, because Vegeta never gave a damn about anybody but himself and beating Kakarot. Now it's like, you know what? I could use the Super Dragon Balls to wish for immortality or to become a god. No. He wants to wish back Kaba. And to me, that speaks volumes for Vegeta's character. And that's the one thing about this episode that I really liked, is they really did a great job with Vegeta and Kaba. Really, really good job, in my opinion. Now, as this conversation is going on, Frieza can be heard overhearing it. And I love the shot here because they kind of pan out and they show Frieza behind a rock. I thought that was fantastically done. So Mona comes back and she wants more of Kaba. Kaba's doing his best to block the big ball form, and then she starts talking crap about the Saiyans. And, you know, he's like, oh, I'm going to eliminate you and your friends and Vegeta, blah, blah, blah. And as this is happening, Kaba begins to spark blue, like there's blue sparks coming off of him. And if you've been watching Dragon Ball, you know what this means. And they teased it earlier, and in fact, in the preview bumper before the episode aired on Fuji TV, they actually showed it. That's right. Kaba does power up and reach Super Saiyan 2. It happens. Kaba hits SS2, and as an SS2, he starts doing much better than Mona. And can I just say that the art and the animation in this episode was really, really good. Like, last week's was kind of fun to watch, but I thought this week's they really picked it up as far as how it looked. Check out Anime AJ. He's going to break this down. I'm fairly certain in the coming weeks, you know, who did it and how good it is. So she tries to crush Kaba again, but Kaba fires a huge ki blast at her from the bottom and eliminates her. So Mona is out. He's all tired, but he did it, and he surpasses limitations for right now. This was cool, but I thought it was a little bit too similar to some of the previous eliminations. A lot of Ki Blast eliminations. Gohan did it, Caulifla and Kale. I'm hoping for a little bit more, you know, Jiren too. A little bit more kind of variety in eliminations, a little more creativity. But still, it was fine. I didn't hate it or anything. So then we have one of my favorite moments of the episode. Toppo confronts Vegeta. Now, Vegeta knows that Toppo is not a joke, so he goes right to blue. He ain't going to screw around with this guy. And I love... and I mean love, I mean adore, there is a line in this episode that trolls Vegeta fans hard. Vegeta says, I don't want to fight the second best guy. I don't want to fight number 2. And then Toppo says, well, aren't you number 2? Bro, that's awesome. Aren't you second place also? That is awesome. Awesome. Oh, and I should mention also that Vegeta did want to fight Jiren, which tells me that even after seeing how impressive Jiren was against Goku and everybody else and Hit, he still thinks he might have a shot at him. I will be doing a video very soon talking about Ultra Instinct Vegeta and why I think it is going to happen, and I'll explain my points and everything in that video coming up probably next week on the channel, so stay tuned for that. I think you'll like that video a lot because I have a lot of evidence to support that. So as Vegeta and Toppo are going at it, Frieza meets up with Kaba, and he pretty much very, like, I guess snobbily wants Kaba to fight him. And it's just funny because now we're rekindling Frieza's racism, because that's what it is, and hatred for the entire Saiyan race. And so Kaba goes in on him with shots, but Frieza's, as you know, I don't have to tell you this, he's way past Kaba. So basically, what happens is, you know, they have that scene where Frieza grabs him like by the face, by the throat, starts talking trash. Kaba goes Super Saiyan 2, fires a Ki Blast, but come on, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Super Saiyan 2 is nothing. It's like flies in Frieza's ointment at this point. He fires finger blasts from his fingers to nail Kaba in his knees and shoulders, and then eliminates Kaba. He appears in his golden form when he does it too. So Kaba is eliminated. Now, couple things I wanted to criticize here. It's kind of weird to me, and I'm not upset about this too much, but it's weird that they gave Kaba SS2 just to have him eliminated. Like, it's just, again, like Ultra Instinct Goku gets it and just gets tossed out, or not tossed out, but beaten by Jiren. I find that interesting, but obviously we know that SS2 can't screw around with Golden Frieza. But we know that, right? But I just found it weird that he gets this new form. I'm not really sure why he got the new form. There was really no purpose in him getting it. He could have just powered up his regular Super Saiyan and eliminated, you know, and then got thrown out by Frieza. But I will play devil's advocate with myself in that what I think they might be doing is they're going to show Kaba's progression. Because I really believe that at some point we have to go to Planet Sedal. Whether it be next arc, whether it be a movie, whether it be a special, we have to go to Planet Sedal. And I just feel like with Kaba's case, showing his progression every arc. He gets SS1, he gets SS2. That could work. So I'm not going to hammer it. I'm not going to say, oh, it was horrible. It wasn't horrible, but if they're going to go in that direction, I agree. That remains to be seen. And that's one of the problems with reviewing Super every week, is that I have opinions now that may change later because the series might screw up what happened now. You know what I'm saying? That's something we all have to deal with, all of us. We might like something, like the Trunks arc. I hated the ending of the Trunks arc, but the episodes themselves were fine. You know, they were fun to watch. So there's always that problem when you criticize Super. And I want y'all to remember that. Like, I really want y'all to remember that. I know you feel me on that one. So, Goku... So anyway, so what happens is, first of all, Frieza calls him garbage, which I thought was very interesting, which is awesome, not gonna lie. Vegeta goes to where Goku is, and Vegeta can tell that Goku's having a hard time, but Goku states this. He says he's recovering stamina the more he fights. So I'm not sure if it's a byproduct of Ultra Instinct, the Genki Dama, or Frieza's little blast that he did, but Goku is recovering his stamina little by little. Now, obviously, when you're not fighting, you recover stamina, obviously, but it seems to be happening at a rapid rate because, of course, this is Dragon Ball and these guys are not humans like we are. So, it's interesting because Vegeta actually talks about Kaba and Vegeta's like, yeah, well, I'm going to win tournament anyways or something like that, which I thought was funny. So the Universe 3 robots appear and they surround Goku. He's tired, but he's recovering. They all fire a blast, but then all of a sudden, Caulifla appears out of nowhere, taking care of business and knocks them away. So Goku's like, thanks, and then Caulifla powers up to SS2 and says, hey, let's fight. And that is the cliffhanger for this episode. Can Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla defeat a worn-down Goku? This is not Goku at 100%. We don't even know if he can even tap into blue right now, how tired he is. So, we don't know. We'll find out next week. But here's an interesting factoid for you that might surprise you. With Kamba being eliminated this week and him being eliminated last week, this is now, dude, the original 5 from the Universe 6 tournament. The original 5 members of Team Universe 6 are gone. Vegeta, Frost, Botamo, Kaba, and Hit. We are only left with 2 Saiyans, 2 Namekians. Universe 6 is in trouble. They really are. And like I said in my video yesterday with Tragic, they're going to have to really get together and see what they're going to do with... They're going to have to figure out some way to team up with other universes so that they can survive because they are in deep trouble now. And we'll see where it goes because next week Caulifla wants to fight Goku. So she might end up getting tossed out anyways if she screws around. So my thoughts on the episode, I really did like this episode even more than last week. Last week was, you know, it was mostly a fight. There wasn't much to the episode other than that. This one had layers of development. We saw development with Vegeta. We saw development with Kaba. We saw things that I think are going to lead to storylines later on. If they don't, I'm going to be severely disappointed because they've really done a great job of building up, you know, what's going to happen later with Vegeta and Kaba's relationship. This can't be the end of it. There has to be more to this. It doesn't feel finished yet, and I think we're going to get more of that later. We need to see a Plastic Doll arc or something where Vegeta and Kaba, something happens between their relationship. I just feel like it's unfinished business, and I think that they did a good job here in adding another layer to that. Vegeta's character as well as Kaba's character. So Sabat and Clifford Chapin are going to have a great time dubbing this episode, I think, when it comes out. Probably sometime next year or the year after because the dub is very much behind. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the sub. And if you want to enjoy the sub, remember to check out Verve. 30 days is almost up. Okay, you got to hurry up and take advantage of that deal as soon as you can. You get it's a hybrid of Crunchyroll, Funimation, and like Netflix. You get movies on there you can't get on Netflix, anime movies and live action. You get Rooster Teeth content. You get Super, of course, you can watch it on there, and you get dubbed and subbed anime. Black Clover, My Hero Academia, all the ones y'all love are on Verve. The link is down below. Check it out. Thank you for checking out my Dragon Ball Super 112 review. I love you all. Take care of yourself and each other, and I'll see you tomorrow for the 113 breakdown.